Welcome back to the Jenny McCarthy Show. I'm Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg. It's time for our very own in-house mermaid, Nicole.
That's
to
me.
tell us some stories. These are real life stories that we have determined if they're interesting. So the staff will decide yes or no to these 3 interesting or not interesting stories. Nicole.
All right.
Take it away, girlfriend.
Okay. So my first story is from my 28th birthday this past June. So I was in Seaside Heights, like I do.
Of course.
And I wanted to go to Bamboo. Nobody was there. I'm like, what is this? We walked up. I was so excited because I hadn't gone in like 2 or 3 years. And I'm like, yes, back to Bamboo. I love it. That place is really fun, by the way. And I go and there's literally like 3 people in there.
No.
And I'm like, what is this? I don't want to go here.
Did you go at noon?
No, it was like 11 o'clock on I think it was Saturday. Yeah, on a Saturday night. So I'm like, what? So I was very upset.
Sad.
And the other club there is Karma. But for some reason, nobody ever goes there, by the way. On Jersey Shore, it was always packed when they went, but nobody goes there when I've been there. So that's out. So I'm like, great, where are we going to go? So my friend's like, I guess we have to go to this bar called the Beachcomber. And it's on the boardwalk. But for context, this is the bar that Snooki got punched in the face in season 1. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's that place. But that's like a lot of older people go there. So I was like, I don't want to go there.
Older by as in 40-years-olds go there? Is that what you mean by?
Like older than that. It's like
okay.
my like aunt and uncle. They'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna go out to the bars," and I'm like, "Let me guess, they're gonna Beachcomber." And they're like, "We're going to Beachcomber." I'm like, "Yeah." So like, great, that's where we have to go. So they did have a rooftop bar. We got up there, and it actually looked pretty fun. Like they had a DJ. It wasn't a lot of people, which was a little weird, but okay. So we go up, we get drinks, and it was me and 3 of my friends, so a group of 4 of us, and these guys. The group of them start walking towards us. And I'm like, oh no, I didn't drink enough for this. So I'm like, I don't want to deal with this yet. And by the way, I heard you guys talking about it yesterday. I did break up with my boyfriend. And this was shortly after that. So I was like, I'm not ready to talk to guys, especially like, what? Especially...
It was too soon.
Wow, okay.
The wounds are still...
Yes, and I didn't drink enough yet. I didn't even have 1 drink. I'm like, I can't talk to these people, whatever. So I was wearing a sash that said, like, birthday girl, I guess, on it or something that my friend gave me. So I wore that. So this guy's like, oh, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 28. And he gave me a disgusted face. I'm like, what the hell? That's so friggin' rude. I'm like, how old are you? He's like 23. And I'm like, ew, get away. Like,
you know why? Because a sash would mean it's your 21st birthday.
Yeah,
who wears it on their
yeah. I didn't buy it for myself, especially wearing it at the Beachcomber in Seaside Heights. God. So I'm like, ew, that's gross. Like, no, that's freaking rude. So me and my other friend walked away, and I left my 2 other friends with them. So I'm like, sorry, guys. Bye. I'm leaving. So me and my other friend walk away to dance, and she's like, why don't you tell everyone it's your 21st birthday for the whole night? So I'm like, yes, good idea. So when people came up and they're like, happy birthday, I'm like, it's my 21st birthday. I'm so drunk. That's literally what I did. I'm so stupid.
And people were nicer to you.
Yes, but everyone there was like kind of gross, but like whatever, it was just fun.
So you celebrated your 20th birthday as your 21st birthday.
Yes, but here was the other issue. So the sash had white lace, like that's what it was made of, and the birthday girl was kind of like, you could see it, but it was kind of hard to tell. So multiple girls came up to me and said congratulations because they thought it was my bachelorette party because it looked like a bridal sash.
Right.
So instead of happy birthday, I was getting congratulations on getting married. And I'm like, oh, it's just my birthday.
It's just my 28th birthday.
Yes.
Kind of sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then that was about it. Nothing else eventful happened there. It was fun, though. Oh, my phone is... God, what the heck? So then we went back to the house, and you know those ASMR videos?
Yes.
Do you know what those are? So we
Yes,
me and my friend started watching a couple because we're like fascinated with it because it's so weird.
Because that's what you do when you're drunk. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but then I was drunk, so I got out the Doritos, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to make a drunk ASMR eating the Doritos.
No!
So I did.
Do you have
how
it?
Yes, I'll send it if you want to see it.
Oh my God, we need that.
So that's how I spent my night.
Oh my God, that just won me over, just the Dorito sound video.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
That
go
was it.
around the room. Do we think this was an interesting Nicole story? Michele?
Due to the fact that it didn't anger David enough, I'm going to give it a 1 star.
Wow.
If it had angered David more.
You only get a yes or no, bitch. So pick one.
I liked it. Okay, I liked it.
David?
I'm going to say no, because I felt like the story was incomplete. There was no AMSR video presented to us. And
I have it. I can
but
show you now.
No, it wasn't brought on air. You didn't. If this is show and tell, there was no show.
I didn't
there
think
was
about that,
only
honestly.
tell. So
Well, I'm the deal breaker here. So.
incomplete story. That's what we're going with over here.
All right. Well, it's a tie, so it's all on me. And I'm going with yes, it was an interesting story.
Woohoo!
There were many layers to it. I was embarrassed for you and happy for you at the same time, which to me
you.
makes a great story.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
So circle that one.
Yay. So I got one.
All right.
All right.
I got one. On to the next.
Next story is why I don't like to be called Nikki. There's a story to it. When I was in 5th grade, there were 3 Nicoles in my class, and alphabetically I was last. And the teacher said, though, like, we can't all go by Nicole, so we have to have nicknames. So the first Nicole got to be Nicole. The second Nicole got to be something else. And then I was last, so she's like, oh, you can be called Nikki. But nobody calls me that. Like, that's not my name. So I was like, but I was in 5th grade, so I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go home and tell my mom, I'm like, yeah, they're going to start calling me Nikki. But the next day, that never took on, like, any of the nicknames. We were just all called Nicole for the rest of the year. Later on, down the line, my mom told me she was so mad because that's not my name that she called the teacher and like was like, do not call her Nikki. That's not her name.
You're kidding.
That's, like, so embarrassing.
That is kind of
Yeah,
embarrassing.
but that's why I don't like to be called it, I guess, because it brings back that story. And that's it.
Michele, was that an interesting Nicole story?
Yes.
Thank you.
David.
No, it was
Why?
not. Because I would like to have known more details about what your mother said to the teacher. So
That's all she told me. I don't know anything else.
so constructive next time. If you're at a party,
yeah.
maybe you're a bamboo and you tell that story, you go into some details about what happened with mom.
Okay.
I want to go with I'm going to be tough here. I'm going to go with no, only because I wanted there to be some bullying going on, some teasing. It sounded like you were only hurt for a moment because then it never
Yeah.
happened. So I think it's a good story, not necessarily that interesting.
It seems like a story of privilege, is what it seems to be to me.
Why?
Or a mama's girl.
Oh my God. I didn't tell my mom to call. I was just told her, like, this is what they're going to do. I didn't tell her, like, oh, I don't like it.
But it's funny how it stuck with you so much that you don't want to be called Nikki.
No, I don't. Yeah. It didn't
You
say
know-
Nikki on today's sheet, though, so that's a step.
No kidding.
Yeah.
But be prepared from here on out.
I'm sure.
He didn't
if any-
prepare the sheet.
Oh, that's why.
All right. So right now you're tied with yourself. You got one yes and one no. So let's
Okay.
do the third story.
All right. This is when I went to Atlantic City for my college senior trip, and it was awful. So. What? All right. So they were going like right before graduation from college. They're like, hey, we're going to bus you guys to Harrah's in Atlantic City for like 2 nights. So I was like, cool, I want to go. Nobody wanted to go, but my roommate, who I'm friends with, was like, I'll go with you. But you needed more people to fill the hotel room. So I invited this girl that I was a coworker with on campus, and she's like, cool, I'll go. So this trip starts out, we get to the bus, and I'm with that coworker girl, and I'm like, hey, like, you excited, ready to go? And she's like, I didn't check out of my dorm properly, and I'm going to get a fine, and I hate all my roommates. And she was so angry. And I'm like, all right, great start to the weekend, I guess. So we get on the bus. When we get to the hotel room, my actual roommate invited another friend. Turns out that girl and my coworker went to high school together, and that girl bullied the coworker. So I'm like, oh my God, like what is happening right now? So it was just so awkward, so weird. My roommate ditched me because that's something she would do. She totally ditched me and left me with this coworker girl. So I'm stuck with her now for an entire weekend. And I was just like, I cannot wait this to be over. I want to go home, but I couldn't because I went on a bus. So my other friend lives nearby who also went to my college, and I begged her, like, please come. And she knows this girl. So I'm like, please come and save me from her. Please, I need you. So she did end up coming. But every time we were like, okay, we're going to even just get food, or we're going to go down to the club in the hotel, we'd tell this girl to come. And she's like, no, I'm not coming. And we're like, all right, fine. So we would go down. We went into the club and we texted her, like, it's really fun. Like, it's not that crowded. Like, you should really come down. She's like, okay. She calls me a little bit later and she's like, I'm online and I hate this and they're making me pay a cover charge and I don't have any money. And starts crying and literally runs away. And the whole weekend, all she complained about is how she had no money to do anything. Why are you in freaking Atlantic City? I don't know. And just everything was an issue. At one point, we didn't know where she went. She went on the roof to go have a panic attack. No. And we're like, what is happening right now? So she left for the night. We didn't hang out with her. When we get back to the room, like I had to share a bed with her because there was only 2 beds for 4 girls. My freaking side of the bed had little tissues with red all over it, but it wasn't blood. I was like, at first, I'm like, what is that? Is that blood? And she's like, no, it's nail polish. She took off her nail polish and left all the little bits of tissue with the nail polish remover on my side of the bed. And I'm like, hell no, that's gross. And she just like pushed them all away and was all mad about it. And I'm like, oh my God, you're the worst. So then the trip was over. The next day we went on the bus. I did not talk to her, gave her the cold shoulder. And after that, she unfriended me on Facebook.
Okay, first of all, it's funny that there's been multiple stories of people ditching you.
I don't understand. Well, the first story, I ditched my other friends. That was me. Whoops.
But there's always one in every group that's the asshole. There's always one bitching about something.
This girl was terrible. So that's the story. The trip was ruined because she was awful.
You know what? It sounds like you need to go to one of my parties, Nicole, because it's so funny when you talk about your nights out, like they're so G-rated. Yes, you're like, there's nail polish. I'm like, usually I'm like waking up and there's 7 people that I don't know naked in the room.
Just nail polish.
You have nail polish. All right, Michele.
I'm gonna go with no, and the only reason is because there was confusion, and I have so many questions.
Well, I tried to condense it because last time I told a story that was too long, so I tried to make this one condensed.
David?
I'm going to go yes, because once again, Nicole is a victim in this story. There's a pattern that's emerging. Nicole is a victim.
No, come on.
So you're giving her a yes for this one.
It's only because we have established a pattern, and she kept the pattern. That poor Nicole. That's
not the point. That wasn't the point at all. I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna go with yes, because I actually feel really sorry for you.
Thank you.
But not in the ways that you think.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Just that you need to get out more, and then I think you're the most adorable person ever. All right, Nicole, thank you so much. I love this game. Yay. We do have to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with I Know This, another quiz show.
ASMR. It's ASMR time. I'm going to eat this sweet plus spicy. I call it spicy. You can't do it laughing. You have to be serious.
Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!